1 year after the Vatican Sex Abuse Summit, Pope Francis launches a child protection task force.
In many ways, it's a proactive way for the Church to not just leave Episcopal conferences without the support they need, but also to provide them with a group of people, a group of trained people who can actually assist them locally to do this.
Andrew Asaparty is coordinator of the task force and head of the Safeguarding Commission in Malta. He says accountability at all levels is a priority for the Church, no matter who it is. He will provide quarterly updates to the Vatican's Secretariat of State. Father Hans Zollner, member of the Pontifical Commission for the Protection of Minors and president of the Center for Child Protection, joins us now from Rome. Father, thank you for joining us. So how will the task force work with the bishops' conferences and the diocese?
The task force is meant to help bishops' conferences especially, but probably also beyond that at a certain point, to revise their guidelines, including the new legislation that has come about over the last 12 months, especially in reference to the new universal law that Pope Francis established on 1st of June last year, and the new norms concerning the abolition of the pontifical secret in regard to the dealing with cases of allegations of abuse against minors. So these new norms have to be included in the guidelines, and canon lawyers will look at the guidelines that bishops' conferences can send in, will help them to update them, and then will help them to approve them in the bishops' conferences and in all concerned authorities.
What will the role be for the Center for Child Protection with the Vatican's task force?
The Center for Child Protection doesn't really work directly with the task forces at this point. However, we are co-hosting together with the new director for the coordination of the task force, Andrew Asaparty, who is the safeguarding officer for the Maltese Bishops' Conference. We are hosting together a conference at the end of June, at the beginning of July, and so we will have certainly a very close collaboration with him, and we will learn about the necessities that this process will show in terms of helping also bishops' conferences to train people, to educate safeguarding officers and intervention officers for their diocese and for their institutions.
I know this is just a step in a long process on the protection of children, but what can we expect next?
What we are all expecting very soon from now is this publication of the so-called Vademecum that was already announced at the end of the summit, of the so-called summit, of the meeting of the presidents of the bishops' conferences at the end of February last year, which would give indications to bishops how to conduct canonical investigations, how to cooperate with civil authorities, and what to do so that the canonical trials can be held according to the norms of the Church.
Father Hans Zollner, member of the Pontifical Commission for the Protection of Minors and president of the Center for Child Protection, thank you so much for your insight.
Thank you, Tracy.